Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Pete here with MixBetterNow.com. Got a brand new plugin review for you today. We're going to be taking a look at the repeater delay from Slate Digital and D16. Let's check it out. All right, so I got a session pulled open here in Pro Tools. We're going to take a listen to this delay, or these delays, because there's multiple units modeled here. I chose to use this session because there are gaps between the singing, so you'll be able to hear the repeats very clearly. On my vocal chain right now, I have a little bit of parallel compression, some slap delay, some 16th note delay, a vocal plate, and a little room and a hall verb. What we'll then do is I'll bypass some of those delays and we'll play with the repeater and see if we can kind of dial in the same delay sounds. So we'll go from the first verse here and we'll check it out. Here we go.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away. What happened to the old days of fiction? I pick up my keys and then I'll drift away. And I'll try. I just try.
All right, so you get the vibe of that. So yeah, let's check out the interface real quick of repeater, just so you can kind of follow as I start tweaking it. If we start on the left-hand side here, we are going to have a couple very important features of this delay, or any delay. We have our basically how we will dial in our delay. So we have a sync mode, a tap tempo, and then we have our host, so we can lock into the BPM host of whatever your session is in. It's super important as delay is a time-based effect. So unless you're doing some really experimental stuff, it's pretty imperative to kind of get your delay synced with your session. All of these knobs here are linkable and unlinkable. So for example, starting on the left, we have our delay. If we just turn it like this, we can change our settings, 64th note all the way to a whole note, half note, quarter note, etc. What's cool about this is, so say we hit host, as it is right now, so it's on 32nd note, sessions at 80 BPM. Now, if we click sync mode, it will take the numerical value of that fraction. So at 80 BPM, it's a 32nd note is 93.7 milliseconds. If you wanted to do a quarter note, you could set it there, hit sync, 750 milliseconds. So really easy to to get your delay up and running. As I said, we can link and unlink these by clicking on the red light. Okay, up top here is where we pick our different delay models. So they've gone and modeled a bunch of classic delays, various tape delays, things like a Cooper Time Cube, the Lexicon PSP 42, the Boss DM2, there's a Space Echo, an Echoplex, a Telray, all kinds of fun stuff in here. So some very cool things that they've gone ahead and modeled. We have a selection here. We can choose to do a ping pong delay if we don't want to do a stereo or a mono delay. We can click on this analog button here, which will give it an analog delay vibe. There is a spread feature here. So if we go to A or B, this will give us two different stereo spreads, and then it will turn that off if we're all the way to the left. We have our feedback control here, so less feedback, more feedback. We can link and unlink that for our left and right on our stereo delays. We have two phase invert buttons, high pass filter, low pass filter, very cool, built in. We have a color knob, which kind of adds a little bit of weight and saturation. We have our pan knobs here, so we can go hard left, hard right, or you can link them and move each side to side. And then here's your mix knob, which, if you want to put it as an insert, you can go ahead and dial it back and reduce the amount of the wetness. There's also an input and an output knob to control your volume, so pretty simple. Last thing, up top here is where our preset menu is. So if we click on this little red screen here, it will bring this drop down in, and there are a bunch of very cool presets. So what I'm going to do is I'll solo this vocal so you could hear it. This is kind of the before.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away.
So I'll keep the reverbs in there, but I'm going to turn these delays off, and then I will we'll turn on my send that's going to the repeater I have on a return, and we'll just kind of hear what it sounds like. All right, so we'll go to the default setting. This is what it sounds like, and I'm going to be exaggerating some of these just so you can really hear what the unit sounds like.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away.
So it defaults to a digital delay in stereo at a quarter note, okay? Like I said with this spread knob, check it out. If we go right, we should hear a wider stereo spread.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels.
So it definitely widens a bit, and then if you want to narrow it, you can move it left.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels.
And then I think A would be right in the middle.
Sitting on.
Yep. So just a pretty cool function. If we want to go with a ping pong, we could do something like this, unlink this, and if we want to change this to an eighth note to get some different fractional delay times.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels.
So very, very cool. There's lots of great presets. Let's open the menu up. One of my favorites is let's see, there was a lead vocal, ambient lead vocal. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave this open. I'm going to hit play, and then I'll exaggerate some of this. So we use the repeater as the only delay effect on the vocal.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away. What happened to the old days of fiction?
So again, like I said, I like that there's gaps in these in the vocal here. Here's what it sounds like soloed.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels.
Let's go ahead and try a different delay unit. So this is set to tape delay classic. So for example, if I wanted to use something like the Lexicon 42 setting, just go ahead and click here.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away.
Now, just keep in mind, I am exaggerating this. This isn't really like how I would, I wouldn't have this much signal going to my vocal, but I really want you guys to be able to hear all the repeats. Let's go ahead and play with some of the knobs we have up here. I'm going to increase the feedback a little bit.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away. What happened to the old days of fiction?
So it already defaults to having some filtering done on it, but on the bottom left-hand corner, you can see that if we move this, it will numerically show you where you're at on your on the EQ spectrum. We're taking off quite a bit of top. Let's bring some more top back in.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away. What happened to the old days of fiction? I pick up my keys and then I'll drift away.
Very cool. Let's pull up another preset. Let's do something a little bit shorter here, something like a slap delay. We'll start with something like slapback guitar.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away.
So that defaults to mono.
What happened to the old days of fiction?
So as you can see right here, everything's up the middle. So if we wanted to make this stereo, I would just unlink that there, pull this hard left and right.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away. What happened to the old days of fiction?
Okay, so I actually just noticed something as I was doing this. You have to make sure that your spread knob here is set to either A or B. As I pan this hard left and right, I didn't hear it going to stereo. And that is because if it is on all the way to the left here on 0, it's going to be in mono.
Sitting on the couch and
So as you can see, this is panned hard left and right, but this is on 0 and it's in mono.
sitting on the couch and I'm flipping.
But if I go ahead and bring this to one of the stereo spreads,
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels.
right, we got it back in stereo. So very cool. Let's dial in a 16th note delay. We'll keep it on, you know what, let's do an echoplex. We'll hit OK. Go to host. 16th note.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away.
So let's go ahead and drive this color all the way up and see what happens.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away.
So it just adds like a nice little bit of grit. What this color knob reminds me of is on an actual echoplex. When you drive the record level into the unit, it's very, very similar. Let's bring the band in.
Sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. Reality TV's got me so far away. What happened to the old days of fiction? I pick up my keys and then I'll drift away. And I'll try. I just try. Slip into that old dusty town. A ball man gonna fill me up. Said what you doing out here on the road? Well, I could use just a little more luck.
So I was just kind of playing with it there, toggling it as I was listening. Very easy to dial in. The interface is very straightforward, and you can really fly through the presets if that's where you want to start. Of course, if you want to start from scratch, it is equally as easy. Let's pop over and take a listen to these on some guitars. Okay, so I've gone ahead and soloed up some guitar tracks here. I have a send and a return set up, so we got repeater ready to go. We're gonna bypass the send for a second. Here's what we got: 3 guitar tracks in, 1 left, 1 right, and then a 12 string at the chorus. They sound like this. Got a little bit of spring reverb going to each. I've gone ahead to my master guitar bus and set up a send to the repeater. So let's go ahead and dial in something like a slap delay. You know what? I'm not even going to use a preset. Let's just go ahead and we'll go host, make sure we're locked in. And then we'll just start tweaking. So I'm going to loop this, we'll hit play, and we'll dial something in. Yeah, so it's got a pretty quick tail. Let's go to 16th note. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you have the spread over to the right. A lot of these default to mono up the middle. So I did want to do a little bit of stereo slap here. Really like this color knob. When you drive it, it kind of adds some brightness and a little bit of bite and bark to the delay. Let's bring the rest of the band in.
I'll try. And I'll just try.
Yeah, very cool. So as I was playing that, I added the analog setting here. What this does is this brings in analog feedback on and off. So if we slow down the delay time here, do something like a quarter note, we listen to these. It kind of gives you that real analog tape delay repeat kind of echoplex thing. Very cool. If we go to sync mode, you can definitely hear that kind of tape warble. And then, of course, if you change the speed of it while it's playing, you can get that old school kind of effect that you would get on something like an echoplex if you were moving the fader as it was going. You can get some cool oscillations going if you let the feedback ring. That's super fun. So sounds great on guitars too. All right, so that's been a walkthrough and an overview of the repeater delay plugin from Slate Digital and D16. This is a great delay, a lot of bang for the buck. Got a lot of classic delay types modeled in here. Lots of cool presets that sound really good. So head over to slatedigital.com, download the demo, and go check it out. All right, that's it for me. My name is Pete with mixbetternow.com. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will catch you next time.